Oh, we know it had to happen, man. Clix and Peterbot finally teamed up, and in their first ever set lobby finals together, they won the Catch Cup by over 70 points. I'm not gonna lie though, this was not Peterbot's best performance. We have a lot to talk about though in today's video. We even got to go over the whole EU Catch Cup as well. We're gonna see what starts though. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. Please use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. Follow me on my Twitch, link in the description down below if you guys want to watch any of these future tournaments with me. Without further ado though, let's talk about the absolutely insane performance that we got to see from Clix, Iamzo, and Peterbot. It still doesn't even sound real to say. So yes, like I just said, this team was able to win today. They finished with 392 points, didn't get any wins today, but of course when you're in a trio with Peterbot, you're gonna finish with the most elims, getting 47 total elims, and they had an average placement of 4.6 as well. Now their match history from today was a 7 elimination 5th, 12 elimination 2nd, 8 elimination 5th, 9 elimination 6th, 6 elimination 3rd, and a 5 elimination 7th. This tournament was also won while Peterbot was literally playing from California, so he was quite literally getting like 40 or 50 ping throughout this entire tournament, and he wasn't even on his home setup either. This is now also Clix and Iamzo's 3rd straight Catch Cup win, dating back to last season, because we know they were able to win the very final Catch Cup of last season, the first Catch Cup of this season, and this Catch Cup as well. Do we have to start asking the question on, is Clix and Iamzo about to go on a Catch Cup win streak now? I guess it is going to majorly depend on who Peterbot is actually going to play with next week. We still don't have any 100% confirmation on if he is going to be home and who his actual teammates are going to be, but super cool to see Clix actually on his own little win streak right now. And I know Peterbot was on 50 ping, but hey, Peter, I'm not gonna lie to you, you was putting up straight cardio today. Literally in like the first 5 games of this tournament, he was dead pretty much every single rotating zone. Iamzo is putting up an absolute masterclass. Oh my gosh, Iamzo is actually so insane. Peter did kind of redeem himself in the very final game, having a nice little solo clutch to secure the Catch Cup win. And once again, I know he was on 50 ping and he really hasn't been playing this season at all, but I don't want anybody to start a Peterbot carried Clix narrative or nothing. This was 100% the best players on this team when Iamzo, Clix, and then Peterbot was definitely the worst one out of the 3 today. But I mean, hey, he deserves to get carried after how many dominant performances he has had over the past couple of months. Huge shout out to this trio, super fun performance to watch from them. Second place was actually a brand new trio and a team that I honestly did not expect to do this well and was super happily surprised by them, and that is the team of Shadow, Virgo, and Craze. Now they finished with 325 points, won one of their 6 matches, and tied for the 3rd most elims in this entire tournament, getting 33 total elims. We know that Craze was quite literally just playing with Peterbot last week, but his performance on that Peterbot trio was definitely not up to par for him doing the Booga trio tryout, so he ended up forming with Virgo and Shadow, and they absolutely popped off this tournament. Such a consistent day for them as well. Outside of one game where they died off spawn, their other games were a 2 elimination 4th, 5 elimination 7th, 9 elimination 2nd, 13 elimination win, and a 3 elimination 8th in the very final game. Huge shout out to this trio as well. 3rd place was Taki, Eshu, and Vert on 308, another team that is always just sneakily inside of that top 10, and this week they finished in 3rd place. 4th place was a brand new trio that is officially trying out of Muzz, Rapid, and Booga. They finished with 304 points, weren't able to get any wins today, and got 31 total elims. I feel like unfortunately for all of these players, no matter who they play with, their ceiling is always going to be a 4th place. I just feel like any combination of players that has either Booga, Rapid, Muzz, Rise, Threats, any of those types of players, they're always just in that 4th to 5th best team on NA. Because if most of us are probably just being real, I don't think any of us would say they are a better trio than Acorn, Adris, and Poyo, Clix, Iamzo, and Higgs, or Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual. And in a Catch Cup where they had the real potential to finish top 2 in, they unfortunately finished down in 4th place. 5th place was Scare, Edgy, and Chance on 278. 6th place was Visuals, Brazen, and Minish on 258. 7th was Golden Void and Ozone. 8th place was another brand new trio that was trying out of G-Money, Threats, and Rise. I think also a pretty disappointing performance from this team. In a season like this where there is just so many different random trios, I feel like it is the perfect opportunity for a surprise new winner to try to take the crown from, I mean, I guess it's just Clix right now because he is just absolutely running this season. We did get to see a little bit of that with Shadow, Virgo, and Craze today, but I wish we got to see it from more of those other brand new trios as well. 9th place was Ritual, Reet, and Poyo on 218, and then rounding out the top 10 was Acorn, Bolts, and Sphinx on 216. So I mean, once again, two other trios that definitely underperforms to where they actually have the potential to place. We only had a couple of big names outside of that top 10, like 12th place of Cooper, Freeze, and Veer. A V finished in 13th, Noah W plays in 16th, and that was honestly about it. I also want to show you guys the final kin stats for our winners of Clix, Yamzo, and Peterbot. So starting off with Yamzo, the IGL, finished with the most elims on the team, getting 20 total elims, 5,094 damage, and a 1.35 damage ratio. Clix ended with 15 elims, 4,412 damage, and a 1.34 damage ratio. And then Peterbot, unfortunately, did finish with the worst stats of the day, only getting 12 total elims, 3,109 damage, and a 0.77 damage ratio. Once again, though, we all know the circumstances that Peter was going through in this tournament. Just wanted to show you guys the stats, though, since I feel like they are always super cool to look at, especially when we get a high caliber trio like this playing together. Let's actually move on to how EU went now, though. Now in EU, in the finals, we got to see an absolute dominant performance from the trio of Swizzy, Malibuca, and Flixie. Now this is one of the more random, surprising teams that we saw get formed for this tournament. Of course, this is 3 players from 3 separate trios, but they absolutely dominated today, finishing with 376 points, won 1 out of their 6 matches, and finished with the most elims as well, getting 52 total elims. Now they started off this tournament really slow, only getting a 4 elimination 15th and a 0 elimination 25th. Then they're able to absolutely lock in after that, getting an 18 elimination win, 17 elimination second, 11 elimination third, and a 2 elimination fourth in the very final game to secure the Cash Cup win. This is also super cool because Malibuca ended up tweeting out that this is actually, believe it or not, his first Cash Cup win of this entire year. He has gotten second place multiple times, but he was never able to get a win until now. I'm assuming that these guys are also probably going to play next week as well, since it is the last Cash Cup of the season. Of course, though, obviously this is not going to be an official team anytime soon. All 3 of these players are already qualified to land with their respective trios. Still, though, an absolutely insane performance from them. Second place, though, another trio that has been putting on straight masterclasses this season, getting first place last week and second place this week of Wheat, Frizzy, and Ilusha. They finished with 309 points, won 1 out of their 6 matches. The only thing about them is they're not necessarily the most fraggy trio, only finishing with 21 total elims. If you guys don't know, this team does have a forecast tower at their drop spot of magic mosses, so they are playing at a pretty big advantage right now, and I don't want to like fully discredit them or nothing, because they still at the end of the day have to put the performance together to be able to place this highly week after week. But I also want to make sure that I am rating them fairly, and since they are, I'm pretty sure, one of the only teams on the entire map with forecast, they definitely do have just such a huge advantage. Third place, though, basically a trio that is pretty much just guaranteed to be penciled in to that top 5 in almost every single Cash Cup now, it feels like. The trio that was my dark horse team of last season and then did kind of underperform a little bit in Grands of Pink, Nebs, and Kiro. This is, though, of course, still an official FNCS team. They finished with 302 points, won 1 out of their 6 matches, and got 34 total elims. They started off this tournament so hot, then kind of just slowly slowed down after that. Still, though, very good performance from them. A top 3, back-to-back top 5s in the Cash Cup as well. Super excited for the future of this team. Fourth place was Snazy, Trix, and Vicgo on 254. Fifth was Dexy, Eclipse, and Twy. I said this in my last week Cash Cup video as well, but if you guys didn't know, Twy and Eclipse are quite literally like blood brothers with each other that play in the same exact house, I'm pretty sure. And they also finished with the second most elims, getting 43 total elims. So just a super cool and very wholesome storyline to continue to follow up on throughout the rest of this season and going into next season as well. Sixth place was Ankido, Kylie, and Cheeps on 226. Seventh place is a brand new trio who is currently trying out of Cheatin', Trexer, and Noah Riley. Eighth place, Extrulex, Teeny, and Skavi on 202. Another trio that is trying out. Ninth place is Akira, Kurma, and Warix. And then rounding out the top 10, a little bit of a disappointing day for them, but they were still able to get a 14 elimination win in the very final game of Queasy, Vino, and Ferdoxy. We've also already seen Queasy tweet out that he needs one, that they are probably going to need one for next week's Showdown and the Eval Cup with Vino. So it looks like Ferdoxy is not going to be playing with him. I'm curious if he goes back to playing with Vico, which I'm assuming he's going to do, but still definitely not the performance that this team wanted. Speaking of some trios that probably didn't end up where they wanted to, we have like 11th place of Focus, Sinet, and Uppel. They finished on 159 points, and pretty much all the way between like 11th through like 18th place is only separated by 15 points. We had Tayson, Chicho, and Panzer in 12th. Of course, I don't think this is going to be an official trio. We know Tayson has like the whole drama with him and Hriss right now because he ended up blowing up Hriss's Minecraft house, but I don't think these guys are going to disband or nothing. I'm assuming they're probably going to be back together by next season. In 15th place, we had another pretty disappointing performance from Vanya, Pixie, and Marius, being fully uncontested and placing 7th place last week and 15th place this week for a trio that quite literally just won FNCS. I think you definitely would expect a lot more out of these guys. We already saw a couple of them crashing out on the timeline, saying that they really just are not enjoying this season and they want to go on to the next. But I am definitely not going to be predicting these guys to win any more cash cups in the future. Another team that struggled in their first Stat Lobby finals of the season was Seti, Hari, and Cammy. They finished in 16th place, only getting 150 points. We also had like Shark, Yanis, and Mixon in 18th, but once again, I don't think this is the official team. Shark and Yanis's official third is supposed to be Rax, but Rax was like super sick this week, so he wasn't able to play. Once again, hopefully you get well soon, Rax. Rax has tweeted out, looking for a trio for tomorrow and for all future events with Yanis. Want to stick with someone from now until next FNCS and want to make globals. And Shark has also tweeted out that he is looking for a trio as well. It really sucks that Shark is still just kind of floating around the ocean right now, trying to find a good team that works with his playstyle. We could be in for a very big snake season very soon. And then we had some very big ones towards the very bottom of the leaderboard, like in 30th place of Chap, MrSavage, and Rezon. Now they only got 36 points in 6 total matches today, only finished with 12 elims and had an average placement of 21.5. Now I'm gonna be the first one to say this, I did not expect this performance from them at all. Chap and Rezon literally got like 6th or 7th place with Maxi King last week, so I thought them penciling in MrSavage here, still going to an uncontested crime city, they were almost going to be a lock for a top 5. They didn't even finish a single game inside of the top 15. Heck, they didn't even finish a single game inside of the top 19. This trio really didn't look like themselves at all today. They couldn't hold their own in fights. Of course, we didn't even get to see them in a single end game, so I have no clue how these guys are going to look in an actual stacked Stat Lobby finals yet. The vibes were still relatively well for them. We saw Reason say that he didn't feel like he was playing up to his full standards today. Of course, every trio is going to have bad days, and I don't want to put too much blame on them. This is, once again, a season that doesn't really matter too much. Do I think these guys are going to end up splitting? No, unless Chap feels like he can get a better option than MrSavage and Rezon. But Chap seems to just enjoy playing with them so much, and they've looked so good in like the last Evo Cup that they played, and Chap and Rezon were even playing super good with Maxi as well. I do still think that this is a really good team. I see a lot of people trying to blame like the drop spot and everything, and I think that is a potential factor of it, but I don't think you can blame a 30th place fully on the drop spot, especially since they were uncontested. Hopefully this is the worst of what is yet to come for this trio though. From here, they just go on an uphill trajectory and continues to get better every single week. Because hey, once you hit rock bottom, all you can go from there is up. You could probably say the same for some trios under them, like 31st place of Ping, Walks, and Scroll. 32nd place, another trio that was trying out today, but they were contested off spawn, so I don't want to like trash talk them too much. Of Vadil, Cringe, and Kidduo, I think they ended up only going 2-4 off spawn. So once again, just definitely not the best performance from these guys. Moving on to the final Kinch stats though for the most damage dealt. Starting off with in 10th place with 4,252 damage is Ghost. 9th is Noah Riley. 8th is Teeny. 7th is Uppel. 6th is Twy. 5th is Wheat. 4th is Malabuka. 3rd is Swizzy. 2nd is Kiro. And then in first place with 5,521 damage and a 1.22 damage ratio is none other than Flixie. Moving on to the stat leaders, surprisingly we have a new elim leader getting 19 total elims of Twy, 30 assists for Malabuka, and a 2.2 damage ratio for Vino. Other than that though, remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. Please go K-Dog in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. YouTube says enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Follow me on my Twitter, link in the description down below, to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.